Hello everyone, I am Silent Chaos 512 and this is my custom mod pack. I'm trapped in a tree, I don't know how to get down. Well actually I can fly, so... Yeah, this is episode 30, not episode 1, so... I've got lots of good gear, I'm not trapped in a tree. So why am I in this tree? Well, this is the area I first spawned in this world. So I thought I would come back here to kick off the World Tour episode where I'm going to go over a lot of the stuff that I built in the first 29 episodes. So Spawn has a lot of desert around it. I don't think it extends too far. Well, no, that's a pretty sizable desert. But our home is up here for the most part. So I think I've already mentioned this is a custom mod pack, which I put together just for myself. So it's mostly a technology-oriented mod pack, not many magic mods. I think Magical Crops is one of the only ones. And I've got a few mods I've made myself in here, and aside from one, which I'm not quite ready to release yet, you can find links in the video description for the mods that I've made if you want more information about them. And you can find a complete list of the mods I'm using in the description as well if you want to try to create a similar pack. So this is the treehouse. This is the first real structure I built. I have the big trees mod, and this is one of the said big trees. It's taken a little damage over time. The trunk got wrecked by an ogre once. So this doesn't have as much stuff in it as it originally did. If you look in the upper left corner, probably about now, you may see a clip from a previous episode, just to show what the treehouse looked like at an earlier point when I was still living here. So there's a lot of stuff that's been torn out already. I do still have my meteor shield here because it does make a bit of noise every once in a while, so I just left it over here. Still got the enchanting table over here, just been too lazy to move it anywhere else. This is the first dimensional bridge stabilizer I ever built. It is for the enhanced portals. I've got another bridge stabilizer in the tower, which we'll get to in just a moment. But this corner right here, I originally had a massive pile of machines. I had a little generator right here. Well, a turbine generator, just several blocks, a multi-block structure. And just an energy line running around here, and I just kept piling on machines because I didn't have room to put them anywhere else. And it was just so hilarious. I would have to like jump on top of a bunch of machines to access some of them. I always thought it was very amusing. So we do have the Open Computers mod. I also have Computercraft, but I've mostly been using Open Computers. And this is a robot from that mod. They can do a lot of things that turtles from Computercraft can do. They're just a bit more difficult to build. And I use these guys a lot early on for mining. I do have the Mining World by, I think it's Roma 1997. So I've done a lot of mining in there with the robots, but I'm using an ender quarry now. This building originally had cows in it, and it's a bit of a mess on the inside now, because I created a mini-me in here, and they kind of wreck stuff when they're born. Let's see, there was a little automatic tree farm here. I could show that off really quickly. It was a progressive automation tree farm. I don't have Mine Factory Reloaded. I've been trying to avoid it just because it's something I've used a lot. So I've got some stuff down here for auto-crafting axes, and none of this stuff is hooked up anymore. I should probably just reclaim it. Now, how did I mine 3 dirt and get 2? This building here, I don't actually know what this building is. It just kind of popped up on its own. I've never taken a look inside of it. I'm gonna go in there at the end of the episode and see what's inside. There's a random nether portal out there. I'm not quite sure what caused it. Alright, so I guess we should get to the tower now. This is my main base here. It's kind of a weird design. It gets taller as you go up. And I've only completed 3 of the levels. And I used a principle that I kind of like to do a lot. I have a main floor, and then below it I have what I call a wiring area, which is not quite as high as the main floor, but it's good for running cables and pipes and stuff like that. So in the first floor of the tower I have storage, and I call this the first floor. You can see I've got all the travel anchors labeled. So I was originally using exclusively logistics pipes for storage. Now I do have an ME system that I use for storing miscellaneous junk, but I'm still storing some common stuff in caches. That seems to be the best way for me to do it. Again, since I don't have MFR, I don't have deep storage units, which is the main thing I miss from that mod. So the resonant caches are the best thing I've been able to find. And the items that we're getting in now are from an ender quarry, which I've got running in the mining world. I think I've got a speed 1 upgrade on it. So I'm also doing auto crafting with logistics pipes over here. It's a bit bulky, and at times it can be a bit slow because items have to travel through the pipes to the crafting tables and all the way back. And I could just show an example of that really quickly. Right, I have to request them from here. So let's just make a solar panel over here. You can see it sent some items here. And are you done already? I didn't even see the item come out. I guess it did finish. Okay. Well, you can just have that back. I don't need it. Down here I've got some automated inscribers. I put them in the wiring area just so that they're close, because these things do take a while to do their job, so I wanted to cut the item travel time. This interface is where items go into and out of the ME system, so you can see there's lots of stuff going in there. The stuff that's coming from this pipe over here is coming from the second floor, where I have auto ore processing and a bunch of machines set up. Let's see, what else is there on this floor? These crafting tables are not currently in use. They were from an older version of this floor, where I had all my auto crafting over there, and this entire side here was devoted to storage because I had a row of caches and chests. So this backpack here, this is actually from the Adventure Backpacks mod, which I'm wearing one on my back right now. And these backpacks are pretty cool. No, I didn't mean to hit F6. Cancel. Cancel. And I can press B to open it, and this mod needs a bit of work, honestly. There are some bugs in it that can cause items to get duplicated or deleted if you're not careful, and there's a huge frame rate drop for me whenever I open this bag, so just something to keep in mind. It's a cool mod to keep an eye on, but might be better to use something else right now if you're not willing to take a risk. But so far I haven't had any major issues. I did actually lose an alchemical bag full of like 100 items recently, which I think I lost some pretty expensive stuff in that too. I mentioned I discovered a duplication bug. Yeah. So I threw the items I accidentally duplicated in here, and there's some other stuff like these ME conduits that crash last time I checked. Alright, moving on to the second floor, I think that's everything on this floor. There's some other stuff I didn't really explain, like the almighty plan box. That's kind of a long-running gag of mine, but we're already running a bit long for the video, so let's go ahead and progress to the second floor. This floor has my original power generation, which is this turbine generator from the Advanced Generators mod. I really like this mod. I don't know why it's not used in more mod packs. It's really cool. You can make these multi-block generators. Depending on what you make them out of, it affects the fuel storage, the energy capacity, how much it produces. So this one can produce 2400 RF per tick, if it can get fuel fast enough, which I'm not sure it could. And these vats are over here to make the fuel. It's running off of firewater, which is made out of mostly blaze powder and redstone, as well as some other junk over here. Over here I've got some equivalent exchange 3 stuff. I've tried messing around with the mod a little bit. I don't know what all you can do with it at this point, but it seems like not a lot, honestly. I do have this alchemical bag though, which is an amazing amount of storage right here. I don't know how much this holds. I think it's like well over 100 items, something like 118. And let's see, research station says something to do with some book you can craft in E3, but I don't know what it does. And this augmentation table, I have no clue. So I've got a QED, which stands for quail eating ducks today. I use this mostly for magnum torches, but also I think the ender quarry upgrades require it. And I love how if you look away and look back, sometimes it'll change what it says. Quacky ender device. So this wall has all my machines in it, so there's a lot of automation here. So for example, the slice and splice, which I have a very hard time saying, but I think I nailed it that time. I can insert stuff into the chest to craft things with it. It'll automatically pull from the chest and output to the chest. Let's see, the soul binder, looks like I don't have any automation for that. It's just something I have to come up here and make by hand. Same with the auto painter. I guess you could even automate the auto painter, although you'd probably have to have one for each type of block that you wanted to do. And just random machines stacked up wherever I feel like it. And this robot over here, he was my main miner for a while. Well, no, actually, my main miner was Gertie at first. I started with Kilobyte, who's in the treehouse. Gertie got corrupted, and I spawned in the parts to create a replacement since I lost it due to a bug, and that's where Claptrap came from. And this is basically just taking care of the ores that I can't sag mill or pulverize, notably the ore from Silence Gems, because I'm too lazy to figure out how to add recipes for pulverizers and sag mills. That, or maybe I'm just too stupid to figure it out. And then finally over here, this is where most of the ores get processed. So all this stuff, the flint is used for the grind balls, or whatever they're called here. And you can see there's a pipe that goes down there. Let's see, where's the ladder for this floor? Right here. Not a lot down here, just a network cable. Got lots of energy conduits running everywhere. And this is the pipe that goes down to the first floor. So it does take ores a little while to get up there to be processed, but that's okay. Okay, I think that's about everything on the second floor. Is everything a note? What's this chest? I have no idea what you are here for. Or you. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. This generator is, for the most part, not being used right now. I've got this set to only output its energy whenever there's a redstone signal, and that will only occur if this capacitor bank is running low, or, well, actually this would measure the full system, wouldn't it? Okay, third floor. The main attraction is the big reactor. This is a 7x7x5 with 5 different rods and resonant ender in it. And I've had this hole in the ceiling for so long, it just feels natural now. So my reactor is computer controlled, and I've got this nice little, I don't know if an interface is the right word, because there's no way to interact with it. It just displays how much energy is in the capacitor banks back there, where the control rods are, the energy production, which on this reactor peaks at about 7.3K. And I've also got the fuel usage in millibuckets per tick and buckets per hour. So I'm using a little over 3 ingots of yellorite per hour. Is it called yellorite? Yeah, no, yellorium. I get it wrong every time. So this powers most of the stuff in my world, really. I do have a few solar panels scattered here and there to kind of supplement it a little bit. But otherwise, this is the main source of power. Over here, I've got a pressure chamber that I stole with permission from Chaotic's old base. He just had it, you know, laying in the mountainside over there, and I'm going to tour that with him if he is willing to work with me sometime this week. And I've just got 4 basic air compressors. I haven't done much pneumaticraft on here. Can't even remember why I needed this. Oh yeah, I was going to use elevators, but they don't seem to be working in this version. And I did actually find a way to get a computer to control this. I don't have a fancy program like I do on the reactor, but all you need to do is have a cable touching the pressure chamber, and that seems to connect it. Strange that using an adapter did not work. So down here, I've got a little bit of stuff connected to that portal up there, and this basically just counts out 20 seconds from when the portal is activated. It'll send a redstone pulse to this redstone IO, and one of those servers up there will use that signal to disable the portal. I hate how you can't teleport up through floors anymore. So let's go ahead and just take some of these blocks away so I could dial something, and you can see the timer is ticking. And that will eventually pulse and turn off the portal, and the point of this is to not waste energy. These do use 500 RF per tick when you have a portal open, so might as well close it if it's not being used, right? So there we go. This portal, I also tried something kind of funny with. I flew an Archimedes airship through it. Unfortunately, it seems like the facing of the airship is a little bit funny. It seemed like it was always facing north, no matter what I did. I even tried facing modules, but it didn't seem to work. And I believe it's the top server here, yeah, that controls the portal. And the second one is not doing anything in particular. It's just something I can access whenever I need to. And I don't have the server terminal anymore. It was in my old alchemical bag, which got deleted. And I've done a little bit of galactic craft. I need to spend some more time on the moon and get some meteoric iron. If we come up here, I don't really have much in here. I haven't even completed the floor pattern yet. I need to do that sometime. But I've got a rocket set up here if I need it. I don't have any way to teleport to my space station yet. I haven't built anything on it. But I do have a way to teleport to the moon, which I'll show off really quickly. That was in the last episode, where I just built a little bit here. Oh, it's dark, unfortunately. But I just built a little dome here. I don't really like the way it looks a whole lot, but it's not bad. Got some trees planted for oxygen. That's about all I've done here. And I'm just using these Silence Gems teleporters to get back and forth between the moon and the overworld. And I think these are actually what have created the random nether portals over there. Something I'll have to look into. It's probably my fault, if I had to guess. Okay, so I believe that's everything that's in the tower. Everything of note, anyway. I probably cut some stuff out. I know I've already recorded, I think, 25-30 minutes. So let's see. Let's do the mob accelerator next. This is something I started on quite some time ago. I don't remember. And it's something that's taking forever for me to finish. It got to a point where it's functional, and then I kind of got bored, which I have a tendency to do. So I have a control program here where I can turn on individual mobs. Let's see, this guy does have a sword. Okay, one of these guys broke his sword. I left it running overnight once. So it just spawns mobs with the powered spawners up here. They get turned on via redstone signal. And this is actually where the solar panels I mentioned are. I was originally powering the spawners just off that. And I've just got caches being fed via item conduits. Got nutrient distillation going down below here. And draining the XP into originally this Ender tank from Endertech. But now I'm just using this experience obelisk. It holds a ridiculous amount of XP. Don't let that number confuse you. If I were to take 10 levels out, it only went down by 1. Because I assume it's using the same math that the player's experience level uses. And just got some other random stuff. Ender IO Enchanter and Anvil. Got a Disenchanter here from the recently added Draconic Evolution. This thing's pretty cool. It removes enchantments. It does have some weird effects on certain items though. Like my Unbreakable Essence Infused Bow is now damaged because I removed an enchantment from it. Very strange. And here's what it looks like from a distance. I just kind of built the chambers and covered them up, tried to make it look kind of nice. Alright, so last major structure here is the farming station. This uses the Ender IO farming stations. And the ones on the first level are computer controlled, so I think nearly all of them, if not all of them, should be disabled at this point. Oh, this one's actually running. Oh, I think I added the coffee beans recently, that's probably why. So I'm storing the items here in an ME drive. This is pretty much all applied Energistics, which I'll show down below, and got a couple of blocks missing. I don't know what happened, but I came here one day in this interface terminal, and all the stuff that was in this block was on the ground. Those 2 blocks were missing. Very strange. I've also noticed that there are some other missing blocks just right here. But I've also got some auto-crafting here, so I can auto-craft certain food items, and in this ME chest here, I've got all of the different cooking utensils. I've also got an infusion stone because I've got essence crops up above. So I can do all the food crafting I need right here. Also got the essence of dye, which are really nice. You can make different dyes with them. And now if we come down here, this is where a lot of the magic happens. Just lots of applied Energistics 2 stuff. We do have a bit of logistics pipes. This connects to the tower using this inventory system connector, which allows logistics pipes to connect over a transceiver. It's a little bit funny sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't work, but removing the pipe and replacing it seemed to help. This is something that's very similar to what I've got on Mob Accelerator. I've got this redstone IO outputting to a bundled cable. It outputs on the different frequencies that gets split out and sent into the insulated conduits, which I wish I could just hook the conduit straight up to the redstone IO, but I couldn't figure out a way to do that. And back over here, this chest keeps the farm stocked with hose and ender pearls for the world anchor. This is where all the items get deposited and then extracted into the ME system, which yeah, it's a bit of a mess over here. This stuff doesn't really do anything. It's something I was experimenting with, another way of controlling the farm without computers, which would work, but would require a lot of blocks. So I chose to go with coding instead, which is something I prefer. Alright, so over here, this is what I'm using the Autocraft Salt. This is a mariculture nugget caster. If you pipe water into it, it makes salt, which I'm just depositing into this cache. And that's just got a storage bus on it, so I always have salt on hand. This fluid transposer takes care of water. And this is for processing soybeans into soy milk and tofu. So I've got 3 presses on each interface, which have got the different kinds of tofu and the soy milk. And what's this one? Oh, yeah, that's for the furnace. And these are just all outputting their stuff to an interface. Okay, I think that is about everything from my area, except for the mystery building, which I want to take a look at last, since I don't know what's in it. I don't know how long it'll take. So I'm going to see if I can grab Chaotic on Skype and tour his stuff. How exactly this bag ended up in my food chest, we may never know. And I actually managed to get Chaotic in a call, and on the server somehow. So this is just a short distance away.
I bet. I forgot how to play this game.
Ah, I imagine. This is his original base, just a short distance away from my tower. It's mostly cleared, but I'd like to go look through it. So let's see, I've shown this room recently. It's where the pressure chamber was.
You stole it.
Yes, I did. With permission.
I deny vehemently.
Okay, let's see. And what was on this floor?
I want to say some type of crops.
Maybe. I thought that was like a level or two down.
I think this had first crops. It was originally the crops, and then floor below became the new crops area when I decided I want bigger space.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is where the farms were.
Was originally my first farms, and then it became machines, I believe. And
yeah, that sounds about right.
Second farms.
And I would just like to point out, if I can get out of here.
I don't know why there was water there.
I would just like to point out this guy was so poor, he packed up the dirt and took it with him.
Yes. I left the cows, though. This is their home.
Yep. I've shown the old cow building.
Yes.
Then we got the portal room.
Then keep going down, you get to branch mining stuff.
Yep. And I think that's everything that's in here, so let's go to your new place. So, I'll let you lead the way, whichever one you want to show first.
First we have to show this. I found this little floating sky island thing, moved into it, made it my base, and then I decided that I wanted something else. So I built these two pylons. And this was completely storage. It still is, but now the storage is reduced to like mainly a couple blocks.
Yeah, very similar to what I've done.
And then down here where you had the floating signs, I had some of those, I can't remember the name of them right now.
I think they're production tables.
Production tables, yes, that's them. My anvil here, this was machines and crafting. Now it's just machines. Down one more level is power generation, basically.
Similar to what I've got. My backup power supply.
Well, I'm too poor to afford whatever newfangled contraption you have.
I should loan you my Ender Quarry sometime.
Wireless chargers. You should just, like, give it to me. You have more than enough the last few years. I got a magma crucible. It was here for a reason. I don't remember what it was. Oh, yes, to get the Ender stuff for the, I want to call them transdimensional. No, Tesseracts, that's it. Energy Tesseracts. And then I just have a wireless charger here. So, just about wherever I am, I'll get charged.
Yeah, I've got a wireless charger in my tower as well. It's very convenient.
And here, my goal, well, first of all, here's one of the Tesseracts that's receiving power and sending it down there.
And apparently I crash. Or, no, just internal server error whenever I click on it.
Ah.
I wonder if it was because I was holding a drill.
You have a antenna, no, radar dish thing out moving around in your head.
Yeah, that's a Galacticraft sound module. Yeah, I get an internal server error whenever I click it with the drill.
Ah.
That's strange.
Okay, and then I wanted to have a big, giant, multi-block structure of capacitor banks. Because I thought that'd look cool.
Mm-hmm.
Over here, we have the A2 machines. I don't think that's all.
Yeah, this is just kind of a standard early way of automating an inscriber.
Yes. Then I have my computer. I got it so I can do all sorts of stuff, and I don't use it. And then down here we have the production floor.
Ah.
I tried to separate the machinist workbenches by mod.
Mm-hmm. The machinist workbench are pretty cool. I kind of like the production tables, but the machinist workbench, you could store these schematics to bring up recipes. So both are good in their own way.
And I want your viewers to know about Michael Planbox Jordan.
Very creative name, I love it.
He's my best friend. And then down here, eventually there's going to be a floor above this fantasy block. I just do not know what it's going to be. And here's where you can bottle XP into Bottle O Enchanting. And it's automated, so if I have any bottles in here, and there's XP in here, it'll turn them into the bottles O Enchanting and put them in there. That's basically it. Oh, this portal. Yes. Totally forgot about that. Oh,
yeah, I was just thinking of that.
Levers are there for decoration. I'm not sure what inspired me to do that. I think I maybe just had a bunch of levers on me.
Probably.
And here is my underwater mansion.
Yes, this is a structure that I believe spawns naturally with the Fossils and Archaeology Revival mod, considering it's made up partially of blocks from that mod.
And I have not really done any decorating other than filling in the holes. And some of them I need to remove the dirt, put something else there, but I think the dirt was there by default.
Yeah.
Or it could have been us, I don't remember. This was filled with water, and me and Silent had to get rid of the water.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that. Lots of dirt, water-breathing potions. It was fun.
And go up to the attic, and this is where the shrooms are. And then you can even fly up to the top. This is where I have Tesseract, and then I have a machine gun turret.
Ah. I was wondering where that Tesseract went.
And so now, you know, I'm like around here and something gets near, I can shoot them.
If I right click on it, it says you do not own this turret.
Ha ha! Oh, this was the ship that I sailed to get here.
Ah,
I was looking for a place to settle. I believe Silent was with me at the time.
Yeah, I was riding in the passenger chair.
That's right. We had a heck of a time getting here. This whole thing was like kept messing up, kept getting like stuck on nothing.
Well, I guess if that's is that everything you built?
As of yet, I do believe it is.
Okay. Well, I think I'll wrap up this clip. So thank you for joining me to tour all your stuff.
You're welcome.
Alright, so that just leaves the mystery building. We've toured every major structure on this world. And the last time I had something random pop up on my doorstep like this, it was a trap. So I'm going to be very cautious here. I don't see anything in there. So let's proceed in very slowly. Uh-oh, what's that? Oh no! Hold it right there, don't leave just yet. I would like to say thank you to everyone who's watched this video all the way through. I know it was a little long. I tried my best to cut it down as close to 30 minutes as I could. I had nearly an hour of video. It's crazy how much more stuff is in this world than there was in the Season 1 and 2 by Episode 30. Speaking of which, if you're interested, the Season 1 and 2 World Tours I have videos for, or annotations to the videos, I should say. And below that, if you click here for the playlist, you can open up a playlist with the entire season if you're interested. I admit the video and audio quality was not always the greatest on some of my older videos. I've gotten a lot better over time, but I think they're still worth watching, so if you want to check them out, go do that. And I'd like to thank everyone who has subscribed at this point, and anyone who's planning on subscribing after watching this video. I hope you do if you stuck around this long. I assume you will if you haven't already. I look forward to having many more episodes on this particular world. I don't know if we'll make it to 60, but I don't see any reason why I won't keep going for a while. So, like I've already said, thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed, do that on your way out. And if you want to, you can leave a like or a dislike on the video. Share it with your friends if you enjoyed it. And I will see you guys on the next episode. I hope you're looking forward to finding out what happens, and I hope it works out well. I've been planning it for a while, but I don't know how it's going to work out.